Welcome, everyone. This is We Who Are Tarnished, an Elden Ring podcast. This is Astro, and today I will be sharing my thoughts on the new trailer as well as taking a look at the website. Now, before we get started, this is not an initial reaction because I have seen it a couple times at this point, and oh my god, it's madness. I actually lost my mind the first time I saw this. I'm not lying. All right? Just know that I'm not lying because it's embarrassing. I was not screaming, but I was like making really loud, weird noises that you wouldn't normally do. And I was like slapping the counters. I was like just like flexing my whole body, just like standing there like ah. Like I was super crazy excited when I first saw it. I was losing my mind. And I shouldn't be. I should try to control my feelings for this game because it's unhealthy. I shouldn't be this excited. I shouldn't have these kinds of expectations, but I do. At least I feel like I do. There could be a difference between what I feel and what's actually going on in my brain. I do feel like there's a line in there somewhere, but regardless, I'm super crazy excited for this game. And I just thought I should do this thing. I came up with this idea and I just thought I should do it. So here it is. It's not going to be a weekly upload or a monthly upload or anything. It's just going to be whenever there's news, whenever there's enough stuff to talk about, I'll do one of these episodes and that's when they'll go up. And yeah, I know I just said and a bunch, but regardless of anything, let's get into this trailer. I'm just going to share my thoughts. I got a couple of things. I got some notes. So we're gonna talk. We're going to have some conversation with myself, and you can listen and leave some stuff in the comments, and I'll respond to you. So without further ado,
Peggy 16.
Here we go. From Software, Bandai Namco. This is the new Firekeeper, the new Maiden, which I will.
Soon return.
So that's how I got the name for this podcast. Tarnished is the new character name. That's like what we're going to be called. So, We Who Are Tarnished, that is us. An Elden Ring podcast. But, so, thoughts on the new Maiden, just some general things. You're probably going to speak to them to level up, unless they have a new mechanic for that, which they could, but I doubt. And, you're going to get your dialogue options from them. You're going to be able to talk to them, get some lore. But I'm curious to see if they will have special items that can determine or influence the ending. That would be interesting because I would assume that this game, like Elden Ring or like Sekiro, like Dark Souls 3, will have multiple endings. So I'm wondering if they're going to have special items that you can give to the Maiden to influence the outcome of that. Kind of like the Firekeeper's eyes in Dark Souls 3. So I wonder how important of a role it's going to play as far as the story goes. We'll have to obviously play the game to find out. And can I just say, I think right here what we're seeing, we're going to be able to explore all of this, I think. I think this is an explorable area because you see the broken bridge. You see that in the background of another shot that the character's like running around in. So I would assume this right here is maybe an open world area. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm just giving some thoughts, so let's keep going. Oh, this huge tree, I believe, is called the Erd tree. Now, obviously, there are some similarities with other large trees in other worlds, such as the World Tree in Norse mythology, which I believe is called Yggdrasil, if I said that right. But basically, that tree is a gigantic tree central to the cosmos and considered very holy. And I believe it has 3 branches or 3 roots that extend into separate locations. So maybe, we're kind of getting a similar thing. Maybe this tree is in the center of 3 different areas. I have no idea. But it's also kind of like the spiral tree from Berserk, and as well as any other giant tree in any other world.
Guided by grace.
It does look amazing. Also, okay, I love little characters like this. Like this little guy standing right here with his little stick. Like I love these characters. He kind of reminds me of Gollum. Why? Because I'm thinking of Gollum in the books when he's on like a little piece of wood and he's just like drifting. I know he doesn't look like Gollum or even any resemblance to Gollum, and he's literally just perched there on the roof or whatever that might be. But he reminds me of Gollum. I really do like Gollum, and I know he's not Gollum, and he's not like Gollum, but he reminds me of Gollum. Also, that area just looks really cool. I really just like the way this area looks right here. I love castles, huge fan of castles. And it seems like we have some sunken houses, or maybe this area is partially flooded. It seems like it's really close to the tree. I do be looking close to that tree.
The golden.
This looks very interesting. You can see here, what is this? It's like the outline of something. I have no idea what this could be, but it's transparent, but it's got those lines that kind of define its shape. So that's interesting. I wonder if that's something you have to interact with for something. Maybe it unlocks the map, Breath of the Wild style. You interact with this thing, it shows you an area on your map. I have no idea. But this structure here in the back, very cool. And I love just the setting here is different. It's like fall. You got red, all the leaves are red, the grass is red. It looks very nice with like the gray rock. And obviously there's little wooden fence here to keep something out, to defend something. But this looks really good. This is going to be a very interesting location.
Order is broken.
And this, come on now. This looks good. This just looks good. And I believe this little symbol here is also what they show at like the end when they are like Elden Ring January. I think this is the same symbol. So maybe this area is connected to the ring somehow. Maybe it was forged here, or they're keeping it here. I have no idea. Maybe this symbol is everywhere. Maybe it represents some kind of clan or something. I don't know. And as far as what is in these walls, I can't really tell what these skeletons. They kind of look like bugs. They're arms. Wait, because this right here looks like a hand to me, but maybe and this looks like some ribs. This kind of looks like a mouth. So, I really don't know. I really don't know what's like in the pillars. I don't know what that is. And it looks like maybe there's some wolves here huddled around a mom with a baby. I don't know. But obviously this area looks really cool. I think these are real enemies. I think these are real enemies in a little village. I mean, it all looks really cool. The world dark FromSoft's world building is just actually amazing, and their characters are really amazing. Like their character design, world design, it's all so good. It's all so good, except for the freaking swamps. The swamps are actually so god awful. Like I don't know about god awful, but they're bad. Like in Dark Souls 3 swamp, every time I play the game and I got to go back through that area, I'm like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "Oh my god, really? The freaking swamp? This again, really?" So, yeah, not a fan of the swamps, but and you know why? It's because the poison. The area itself is cool, but the poison and the fact that it restricts your movement, that's what is annoying. But yeah, this area looks cool. The golden order is broken right here. That face, the horse's face in this shot looks actually cursed. But I will say, I want to talk a little something. I want to talk about a little something here. So the mount. Obviously, there is some kind of mount. Now, you could be thinking, yeah, it's the horse. But I thought, what if it's not just the horse? What if there are other mounts? Now, please don't get your hopes up, all right? Let's have real expectations here. We don't want to expect everything from this game, obviously. But it is fun to think about possibilities here. Because obviously, the fact you can ride a horse in general at all is extremely awesome. So let's not get carried away with, oh, there should be more mounts. No. All I'm saying is it's cool to think about if they had other mounts in this game. Now, if I had a wish list, all right, that are separate from my realistic expectations, if I had a purely unrealistic wish list, I think it would be cool maybe if there were other mounts. So if there's like some kind of mounting system, maybe like you get different mounts as you progress that allow you to access different areas, Metroidvania style. That would be pretty cool. Like imagine you get something that lets you like glide around, like fly, and you can like glide to other points. Tell me not. Tell me that wouldn't be sick. That would be sick. But like I said, that's an unrealistic expectation, all right? You got to draw the line there cuz you don't want to disappoint yourself. So, that'd be cool if they had other mounts, other creatures you can hang out with and chill with. Also, what would be really cool is if you could customize your mount with different armor, probably. I don't think you'd give them weapons. Maybe there's like an ability system attached to the mount. Who knows? I don't know. Just some thoughts. Just some things I'm thinking about. Now, some things we'll get into a little bit later, but it does seem to have the ability to disappear and reappear at will or at your command, maybe. I don't know if there's some kind of cooldown or something. It's all just speculation. That's all what it is. It's just conversation. So we will also see later the jump, the ultimate jump that defies physics. And it also has a double jump. Which is just crazy. It's just crazy. That's what it is. It's just crazy. All of these shots look absolutely amazing. They all look absolutely amazing. Like, actually, look at this castle in the back. Like, look at that castle in the back. These are like some destroyed ruins here. You have like a foggy forest. And then look at this little steeple church. I have no idea what this is. That looks amazing. Ah, it all looks so good. Oh my god. It all just looks so good. Like, look at this. It just looks good. It just looks good. I'm sorry. Okay, here. We got the walking island with the bell attached to its underside. Now, obviously, this doesn't I don't think this is a boss. Unless it's head and arms and maybe unless it's hiding something in the structure that it's holding, that it's carrying around. So I don't think this is a boss. I think that this is just part of like the dynamic environment that is going to be a part of the open worldness. So I think while you're just doing your thing, taking down enemies, exploring, doing whatever you want to do, fighting bosses, I think this thing is just going to be roaming around, which is so awesome, which does so much for like immersion, to see like to have a living and breathing environment or setting to like be playing in, like to just be like doing your thing and like seeing this thing wandering around and like in the background is actually going to be really, really cool. Now, obviously you're looking at this, you're like, yeah, there's a structure up there, but how could I get up there? Maybe there's climbing. I doubt it. I don't think there's climbing. I don't think there will be grappling hooks like Sekiro. I don't think there will be. What I think is more likely is if you gotta wait for this thing to wander around and maybe you jump off of a higher point to get on top of it, or all right, this is something we're gonna get into later, but there is a natural time or day progression. So maybe you gotta wait for this thing to go to sleep and it lays down and then you can get on top of it. That would be pretty cool. We have no idea. We have no idea. We're just talking about it. But stuff like this is really awesome. It's just so cool. It's just so cool. Now, these guys look cool. Obviously, they got what? Two freaky giants carrying this cargo, as well as some high commander guy who's leading them to their destination, who's their commander, giving them orders. So they gotta have some good cargo in there. I'm guessing this is gonna be another encounter that will just be a part of the world, a part of the environment that can just randomly happen, that you will run into, to mix things up a little bit while you're exploring. I have no idea how. I don't know how this game works. I haven't played it. I have no idea how this is going to be implemented into the gameplay, because it would have to be. It's probably random. I was going to say, because if it's really good, couldn't you just like farm it, rest at a bonfire, keep taking all these guys out? So it depends. It depends. How difficult is it going to be to wipe these guys out? I can't imagine fighting both of these giant guys. I imagine it'll be pretty difficult, as well as taking on their commander. And then not only that, you got all the zombies walking in the back, all the dead people. I know they're not zombies. I know they're not dead people. But we don't really know what they are at this point, I don't think. So they could be hollows, but I doubt it. It's a new game. It's not Dark Souls. So I imagine this will be pretty difficult, and it depends on how good the reward is. And obviously if it's random, resting at the bonfire, it isn't just going to make them spawn again and you can just farm it infinitely. I don't know why I'm thinking about the weirdest things. But let's keep going. This armor, by the way, is actually so sick. Like this, it reminds me of the Canehurst armor from Bloodborne. It's literally it. You got like the white wig coming out of the back. It's like this silver, super ornamental armor. It's so nice. It's so clean. And also, I mean, we literally see them freaking sword combat here. Now, I imagine it's not going to be like this in the game because this is very cinematic. But it's telling us there will be mounted combat, which is just like, I mean, From Software is just spoiling us. It's crazy. So mounted combat is definitely going to be super fun and awesome. Let's keep going. This, okay. I know I'm pausing a lot, but that's the point. All right? And if you're just listening, then you know, you're listening. So you don't even got to worry about me pausing it. But this room right here has to be of strong importance. Why, you ask? Well, because freaking look. That's why. Look at all these arms dangling. Dangling? Dangling is a funny word. But they're just hanging. Arms hanging on the ceiling. You're like, arms. Okay, it is to enhance the environment. Yeah, but also in the announcement trailer, you remember that guy who had like 8 arms, who we'll talk about later. We will talk about him later. But he had like 8 arms, and he was like stitching them to himself or like manipulating them to like be his own arms. Who knows what the heck he's doing, you know? But I mean, you know, he's got to have some kind of connection to this room. Their arms, and they're just hanging there. So I'm assuming there's some connection. I can't really make out what's on this poster. Oh my god. I just call this a poster. Painting. I can't make out what's on this painting. It looks like somebody's standing there. But honestly, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what that is. But yeah, this room is of some importance, I'd guess. This, I saw a funny meme. It was like, this is like looks like Squidward's smashed face or something. But, you know what this is? I'm guessing. Okay, one, now that I'm looking at it, paused, it looks like a jellyfish. Like, do you see those tentacle-esque things coming out of the bottom? It kind of reminds me of a jellyfish, except obviously he has giant eyes and a nose, you know? So he's some kind of something, but he seems to have tentacles or something similar to tentacles. But I think this guy is one of the bosses that we see later in the trailer. So we'll pause and go back to compare. So let's keep it going. Okay. Whoa. It's going super fast. Okay. This area looks super cool. I mean, it all just looks so good. You know, you're obviously underground somewhere, which is cool. It's cool to be underground. Now, these pots, they're just cool. You know, that's what Elden Ring is. That's what Souls is. That's what Bloodborne is. It's just also cool because it's so out there. It's so creative and not afraid to do its own thing. Yeah, let's take these pots and give them arms and legs. Like, that's cool. You can't deny that. It's undeniable that the art direction, the character direction, the creativity is unmatched. It's unmatched. It's just so good. This looks like freaking... It just looks... I mean, I keep saying it looks cool. I'll expand my vocabulary. Don't worry. I won't say everything looks cool. This looks very immersive. This looks like a very immersive place. to just be exploring, wandering down here.
Search of the Elden Ring.
Get some nice action here.
Flame of ambition.
Oh, here we go. This castle looks epic. Looks absolutely gigantic. Massacred by something. Something came through here and did its thing. Maybe a dragon. You know, these kind of look like they could be claw marks right here. Maybe a dragon came through here.
Someone must extinguish thy flame.
Here we go with just the
They will fight.
unmatched creativity
And
with the
they
bosses.
will die.
This is what I love. I love stuff like this. You see these people just hanging from a bridge? Oh, okay. Don't take that out of context. But it's good world building to have stuff like this. You know, you got to fill your world with stuff. You got to give it character. You know what I mean? And stuff like this adds to that. You know, it's the tiny details. It's the small stuff. Here's that was the okay. This was the super magic jump. This blue rift, this blue something. Yeet. And then also you can see here that you do a jump attack and your horse is disappearing. So that's why I think probably on command at will you will be able to summon your horse, and when you dismount it, it will just vanish. Which is very interesting. Very cool. You know, we see some weapon arts. This looks like cool armor here. Got a little blindfold on. Here. Look it. So this, I'm pausing here because apparently, okay, there is a natural weather and time or day progression now. If you're like, yeah, that's obviously really cool, I don't think you know how cool that is. And maybe I think I am probably overestimating it because I'm thinking, you know, natural weather, I'm thinking about rain. So like, imagine you're going through these castles and it's all fine, but then it starts raining. Oh, it'd be so beautiful. It would be so beautiful for it to just start raining, and then like it all changes. You know, you're there during the day and then you're there at night and it all changes. It's all lit up differently. It's completely different. I don't know if it will be to that extent, because it could just the natural weather time day progression could just be for the open world areas of the game. But if it was just in general, that would be so awesome to explore the same areas in day versus night, because it's going to be night and day. Pun intended. The difference is going to be night and day, especially with weather. But also another thing that I wanted to say here is look at what our guy is doing. Look at what our tarnished character is doing here. You're like, yeah, they're chilling at this bonfire. Yeah, but more specifically, I mean, I just said it. I didn't mean to just say it, but yeah, they're resting at the bonfire, which, I mean, in this area. So I've recently watched Iron Pineapple's From Software's first game video, and they had a mechanic in there where I can't remember specifically, but it had something to do with the checkpoints, where you can move your checkpoint or move like your teleport crystal, which acted as a checkpoint. Which made me think, if this is an open world game, what if you can move your bonfire? What if you could be chilling out and you're just like, you know what? I just need a rest. Let me pop this bonfire down. Or something, however they make that work. So that there's not set bonfires, because I feel like, I don't think it'd be too difficult to do in an open world, but because it's not linear open world anymore, or at least because we know there's an open world aspect to the game that is more open world than we've ever seen before, maybe you can make your own bonfires and move them around. Maybe you got to camp out at night. Who knows? I don't know. Just something to talk about. Oh my god. Speaking of Gollum, he just fell off of my shelf. You're like, what? Gollum fell off of your shelf? Yeah. I got a little Gollum figure, and he's absolutely horrifying. He looks real, but he's super creepy, but he just hangs up here on my shelf, and he just fell down out of nowhere, so that's super creepy. This guy. You know what this reminds me of? Berserk. Duh. And also, you know what he reminds me of? Artorias and Sif. Duh. This is so cool. This is so cool. His art, I know I keep saying it's so cool, but it is. It's just so interesting to look at. It's so interesting to look at. But yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. Alright, whoa, I paused in a weird time. He popped a cube. Oh, and he summoned some reinforcements. He summoned his boys to come help. I love this dragon's like butterfly wings. It's really, really cool. I like that. Got some crazy fire breath. You're actually riding your horse right here, which is interesting. If you can use your horse during boss fights, which I'm assuming this is. It could just be another encounter in the world. And look at this. How many dragons can snatch a lightning bolt out of the sky? None. I don't think any dragon has ever snatched a lightning bolt out of the sky. And right here is where you see the horse's double jump. Which is just amazing. Your horse can double jump. Yes, please. We have this boss here who looks nuts. He actually looks like a dang lion. Look at that face. He's definitely some kind of predator. For sure.
Or Lord, to be born.
Soink.
Well,
Here we go.
lowly tarnished, playing as a lord. I command thee.
This just has George R. R. Martin all written all over it, this guy. Just the way he's talking. Is just... Okay, now, look at this guy. Alright? Look at him. You see the crown. You see the white hair. You see the gold and green robes. You see his... who knows how many hands... or arms, I guess you should say, which is why I said that this room was of importance. Okay, I'm not going to be able to find it. I'm not going to be able to find that room. But the room that had all the arms dangling from the ceiling, I said it might have been of some importance because... this dude has a bunch of arms. Now, if you didn't know, he's also the guy from the announcement trailer. 100% he is the guy from the announcement trailer. You can go watch it and compare it. And you'll be like, what? That's crazy. But yeah, he is, and it is crazy. No, I got it. Okay. That guy looks... whoa! This guy, look at his armor. Oh, actually, never mind. I was going to say, does it seem familiar? I thought it was the thorn armor, but taking a closer look, looking for one more second, it appears that they're just chains. I don't know if it's barbed wire. But also looking at it, I'm like, yeah, that could be barbed wire. Which we all know that NPC. We all know that NPC that is wrapped, draped in barbed wire. Smo 2.0, by the way. Look at that. That's Smo 2.0. Like firing flaming balls from the top of his head as well, by the way. But yeah, that's Smo 2.0. This seems to me like Yorm the Giant with a cooler weapon. But yeah, that's kind of like Yorm. This, I love castles, man. This is like Irithyll from Dark Souls 3. It's like Bloodborne. You know, that gothic kind of era, that fantasy. It looks so good. Like this blue aura it's got around it. It looks so good. It looks so good. These guys are like the pinwheels, I think you would call it, from Dark Souls 1. The people with like the 3 masks you'll see in a second. Also, never mind. But yeah, that's what these guys kind of look like. See him with the mask. We got the Kamehameha right here, except it looks a little dark. This looks absolutely epic. Like this moose elk that's like floating around in the sky, or just hovering above the ground, I guess. Also, look at the character here. He's got the Wolverine claws. I don't know what's on his head or what he's wearing, but he's got the Wolverine claws. You can also see some maybe smaller versions of him like running around on the floor, but it looks so magical. This person's obviously sus off the bat. This kind of reminds me of something. I don't know. That sword's looking nice. Maybe is that a claymore, perhaps? I don't know, but that helmet's looking good. I don't know if there's anything I can say about this. Not off the top of my head. He kind of reminds me of the guy from Bloodborne. For some reason, the dude with like the cage head helmet. Just for some reason. This was what I was talking about. But now that I'm looking at this, it's not the same person. I thought this guy's head was the head that was on the floor in that one shot. But I don't think it is. This guy is obviously like he's straight out of freaking Norse mythology. He's a dang Viking for sure. Just look at that beard. He's a Viking. Dang orangutan Viking. I don't know what he even looks like. Cause like look at how his neck goes back. That doesn't even make sense. Ooh, whoa. This Valkyrie. Oh, you know who this is? This is the guy that was standing next to that girl from just a couple seconds earlier. This is him. He's got freaking wings. Maybe you beat this guy and you get his wings that will allow you to glide around the world. Don't say I didn't tell you. Just a guess. But who knows? This boss looks super cool. And here we actually see something really interesting. Look at it. I don't know if this is purely cinematic, but I mean, he's jumping at the boss. Freaking going straight at him. And what's also interesting is look at where they're at now. This is the same guy with all the arms. But This seems like a different setting than where we saw him earlier. Also, it doesn't look like he has his dragon hand. Like, it doesn't, no. Because his dragon hand is definitely on the left side of him. And I don't see a dragon hand. So, another theory. What if this guy gets stronger and evolves as we progress through the game? For example, we battle him, we smack him, he runs away, he escapes somehow, gets more arms, runs away, we fight him again, he runs away, he escapes, we fight him again, he runs away, he escapes, gets more arms every time, coming back stronger. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. I don't think Dark Souls has a boss that is a reoccurring boss, you know. But I definitely feel like I've seen this guy like a couple different ways. Maybe he can switch him out based on what phase he's in. I don't know.
For all of us.
See, look at him here. Oh no, I was wrong. So this is the same place. This is the same graveyard-esque area. But see here how he has a freaking dragon head? Maybe, I don't know. It's definitely the same place though. But as far as how he would all of a sudden get a dragon head, we'll have to find out. And then of course, bang. See, this is the symbol we saw earlier in that place that was kind of being destroyed. So this obviously is a really cool photo, and that's it for the trailer. But now, give me a second. We're going to just take a quick peek at the website because the website has some interesting things. Oh my god. I gotta submit my age, man. What's up with that? I've taken a peek at the website before. What is this? Okay. News? Give me a second. I apologize. I'm looking, but I don't know what. Okay, actually, how do I just get to... Here we go. Okay, let me just... Shebang. Alright, so... Go ahead and close this. This is the website. There's some interesting things here, so I'll go ahead and just start reading it. The Golden Order has been broken. Question: what is the Golden Order? We don't know. At least I don't think we do. Rise, Tarnished, and be guided by grace to brandish the power of the Elden Ring and become an Elden Lord in the lands between. That's some riddle-less stuff. So first, we know it's talking about us. We're tarnished. Be guided by grace to brandish the power of the Elden Ring. That's telling us to basically seek out this ring and use it. To actually use the ring, which will be interesting if it's something we can actually wield. Like, can we actually get the ring and use it? Does it actually change gameplay? Does it change us as a character? Or do we get the ring and then the game ends? I don't know. But it literally says become an Elden Lord. So that's interesting. In the lands between, ruled by Queen, I'm going to butcher this, Marika. I have no idea. Queen Marika the Eternal, the Elden Ring, the source of the Erd tree has been shattered. Okay. Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring, known as the Great Runes, and the mad taint of their newfound strength triggered a war, the Shattering, a war that meant abandonment by the greater will. And now the guidance of grace will be brought to the tarnished who were spurned by the grace of gold and exiled from the lands between. Ye dead who yet live, your grace long last. Follow the path to the lands between, beyond the foggy sea to stand before the Elden Ring. This is all riddles, all right? I can't cipher these riddles. I can pick some things apart, but I can't do all of it because I just don't know. A new fantasy world. Journey through the lands between. A new fantasy world created by Hidetaka Miyazaki, creator of the influential Dark Souls video game series, and George R. R. Martin, author of the New York Times best-selling fantasy series A Song of Ice and Fire. Unravel the mysteries of the Elden Ring's power. So I wonder, okay. I wonder. So apparently these children of the queen all have fragments known as
Auto shutdown initiated.
Oh my god, I apologize for that. All of these demigods, children of the queen, have the great runes, which are fragments of the Elden Ring. Maybe when we defeat them, we get their power. That'd be pretty sick. But we don't know. Encounter adversaries with profound backgrounds, characters with their own unique motivations for helping or hindering your progress, and fearsome creatures. Okay. World exploration in the lands between. Elden Ring features vast, fantastical landscapes and shadowy, complex dungeons that are connected seamlessly. Ooh. That sounds nice. I like me some dungeons. But not dungeons like, oh, go in there and, it's a little something. Like, give me dungeons. Let me go in deep underground and have there be some real dungeons down there. And it does say complex dungeons, so that sounds appealing to me. Traverse the breathtaking world on foot or on horseback, alone or online with other players, and fully immerse yourself in the grassy plains, suffocating swamps, spiraling mountains, foreboding castles, and other sights of grandeur on a scale never seen before in a From Software title. Now, it does say traverse the breathtaking world on foot or on horseback, but that doesn't mean there can't be other mounts, because obviously they're just not going to go out and tell us. So that could still be a possibility, but like I said before, it's an unrealistic expectation. You gotta set the line. So now, I apologize for the beeping too. I don't know what the heck that is. It seems to me that you will be able to play with your friends, be able to play with the homies, the squad, anytime you want, because it does say traverse the breathtaking world alone or online with other players. So I don't think it'll be like the other Souls games where you summon someone and it's only for that specific area. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know. But we'll have to see. It sounds exciting, though. Now, I'm excited for the grassy plains. Probably most excited for the mountains and castles. Not excited for the suffocating swamps, man. Not unless it's cool and they don't hinder our movement and constantly barrage me with poison. Swamps can be cool without the freaking frickness of the swamps. But then is it a swamp without poison? Is it a swamp without it hindering your movement? That is where the real question lies. Regardless, let's keep it moving. Genre defining gameplay. Create your character in FromSoft's refined action RPG and define your playstyle by experimenting with a wide variety of weapons, magical abilities, and skills found throughout the world. This is something Souls games haven't had. Sekiro, you can say, has it because it has like the shinobi texts, the prosthetic arts, all the different prosthetics. You know, there are things that you find that change gameplay in Sekiro, but not in a Souls game. And it says, and skills found throughout the world. So I'm guessing, if I had to make a guess right here, right now, maybe skills found for your horse. Maybe skills in other mounts. But most of all, skills from the bosses you fight that you get from the shard of the Elden Ring. I don't know. Charge into battle, pick off enemies one by one using stealth, or even call upon allies for aid. Many options are at your disposal as you decide how to approach exploration combat. Now, Sekiro, an amazing game. Super, super fun, super challenging, all that. But I did miss the variety and the customization. You know, you get your katana and that's it. But I love the stealth. I love the movement. I love fighting enemies. So imagine Sekiro gameplay mixed with Souls gameplay. That's what we're going to get here. They're taking mechanics from Sekiro. You know, some of the movement options. I'm assuming you're going to be able to jump from what we've seen, which you can do in Sekiro. Like, you have a real jump in Sekiro, and you have a stealth option. But with the customization of all the weapons, man, come on, man. All the builds, it's unreal. But anyway, that looks like that's it. So, you know, obviously January is not far in the scheme of things. You know, it's like 6 months or something. But man, oh man, every single day is going to bring us closer. Every day is going to feel like an eternity until the game drops. Hopefully it does not get delayed. That's worst case scenario. I don't know if From Software has ever delayed a game before, but who knows, you know, with all, you know, with everything going on. Who knows if it's going to get delayed? I hope not. Because that would be tragic. But anyways, regardless, what did you guys think of what I said? And, you know, I said a lot. I shared a lot of my thoughts, a lot of my ideas. What did you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments. If you actually listened this far, thank you. That's amazing. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who listened, so thank you all. That's going to wrap up episode 1 of We Who Are Tarnished. Pretty exciting. I know Bandai has a thing on the 15th, so who knows? There might be another episode coming soon, you know. Also expect other content on the channel. And anyways, that's going to wrap this up. I appreciate you all. Thank you. That's it. Astro out. Peace.